appropriate cut. Thank you.
David Linden.
Thank you very much, Ms Doris. It's a pleasure to see you in the chair for this morning's debate. I want to also commend my honourable friend from Strangford on securing the debate. And as you might expect, I wish to offer a few examples from Scotland, where I believe that we've got a good story to tell in this area, though I know that we do have so much more to do. Firstly, in the context of Scotland, it's important to make the distinction that funding for children's palliative care is given parity of esteem with adult care, and that was a point that I'd pressed with the Minister down south before. I know from the good relationship that I have with them that children's hospices across Scotland, otherwise known as CHAS, are one of Scotland's most well-known and best-loved charities, and that's why it was right that the SNP Scottish Government announced in 2016 that it was committing £30 million in funding for CHAS, which commenced in the financial year 17-18. Now, that funding provides half of the agreed funding costs of running CHAS, and I think that's very important. And not long after I was elected, alongside my honourable friend, the member for Airdrie and Shotts, I had the honour of visiting Robin House in Balloch, where I saw for myself first-hand the absolutely amazing work done by CHAS in providing compassionate care for children with a life-shortening condition. And I want at this juncture really to pay tribute to my good friend and colleague Alex Neil, MSP, a former Health Secretary in the Scottish Government, who really drove forward this kind of vital funding boost for the sector. In particular, his backing for the research was immeasurable, and because we know from experience that engaging comprehensively with this issue through research is an absolute necessity to determine the needs of those with life-limiting and life-shortening conditions. But being conscious that other honourable members may wish to contribute to the debate, and in particular raise issues through the prism of English funding, I would just like to make a couple of other brief points before I conclude. Firstly, in relation to the baby benefit bar, it did feel that we were making quite a lot of progress on this, but I'm not sure how far forward we've got with it, so I would welcome an update from the Minister regarding that. Secondly, on the issue of workforce, and having spent last night participating in the immigration bill debate, I am concerned that there are far too few professionals with the skills, knowledge and experience required to provide children's palliative care in hospitals and children's hospices. So can the Minister outline what strategies the Government is pursuing to meet workforce challenges going forward? Because I think that's a major issue. Thirdly, in moving to the very difficult issue of when a child finally passes away, I'm glad that my own government in Scotland announced last year that it was taking action to ensure that all burial fees for children are abolished. When I was first elected to this place, there were 32 local authorities in Scotland that had very, very different policies and charges in relation to burial fees, and it was very much a postcode lottery, so I welcome that. But I am concerned that we need to do more to support families who, when their child eventually passes away. I absolutely welcome the Parental Bereavement Leave and Pay Act piloted through this place by the honourable member for Thurston Malton. But I do remain quite disappointed that the scope of that bill was so narrowly defined, and I very much hope that we'll have an opportunity to go back and widen that in future. So, in summary, I think there is plenty of work for us to do and to be getting on with to support children with life-limiting conditions and their families. And we do look to the Minister to take forward what I think has been a very consensual, very strong cross-party support in this House today, and deliver that better standard of research, of funding and care for those vulnerable children and their families. And just in closing, I do want to thank again my honourable friend, because he is a friend, for securing this important debate, and hopefully we can make progress going forward today.